All right, guys, we're here at the Kyle Bradley podcast. We're about
Clearly, we know what's going on.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on. No, we don't, but we pretend like we do. We say what I think is some good stuff, some good shit. And
we use big words.
We use large words like anthropometrics and periodization and phase potentiation. Let's talk about this ultra endurance event. How about that? Last man standing. You heard about that?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Have you heard about it?
Refresh my memory.
Ooh, you're going to love this.
Is this the one we talked about last week?
What did we talk about last week?
We talked about some sort of endurance thing.
Yes, this is it. The guy won.
Oh yeah, this is the guy who no water, no food, just will blast through 8 stations.
No.
Or is this the BPN race?
It was
where they just keep going till one person wins.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 4.1 miles every hour for as long as you can.
Yeah.
The guy who just won it is Mark Dowdle. He won it. Last Soul Ultra. He went 94 laps, 191.5 miles over 94 hours. Think about that. 391 miles running the same 4.1 mile loop, 94 hours straight.
It's impressive.
That's ungodly. That's crazy. I'm astonished about this feat. If you think about grit, resilience, mindset, capacity,
for sure,
bro, you don't even get a change of scenery. You know what I'm saying? It's the same fucking loop, 4.1 miles.
Just daylight and nighttime.
That's it. And he was sometimes he'd finish with 10 minutes to spare, sometimes with 3 minutes to spare. The strategy behind that, it's when you're going to eat, the camps, 4.1 miles every hour, as long as you can. Last full standing.
I'll have to, I watched the first one, or whatever, the YouTube video, the first one. I'll have to watch this one.
Yeah, I got to watch it, dude. It was I just saw this one thing on Instagram where the guy was I don't know which guy was what, but they were kind of messing with each other where he would take a knee to rest, and then the other guy would start moving, and he would get up and start moving, and then he would take a knee, and the guy would stop. Then it was it was hilarious. It was crazy. I'm so some fucking strategy and some mindset playing in these extreme levels of fatigue, right? Exhaustion, sleep deprivation. Think about that. You're not sleeping 24 hours, right? 4 or 5 days, 5 days, right? 5.5, 6 days.
What are you just taking in gels?
No
for
sleep.
4 days. Yeah.
Bro, no sleep.
That's the impressive part.
That level of grit is insane to me. No sleep. I want to know the training. I want to know the specifics. Was it a scientific approach, or was it more just a effort approach? I would love for someone to deep dive into this.
You know what would be really cool to measure after something like that is fine motor skills. Give them some sort of basic aptitude test. What level grade could they pass? Math, what sort of cognitive decline you see at that stage.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I know. Dude, there's if you go on Instagram, I'm on Instagram now following him, and it's he's filming himself. I'm 91 hours in, and I'm this dude looks like he's 2 hours in. I'm looking for it right now. I want to show it here. It's yeah, I don't know. You gotta look at he's filming himself doing it. He has a whole team, right? He's filming himself at at 93rd hour. He's just talking, running and talking. You're this dude is 300 miles in, or 91 hours, 380 miles in, and he looks like he's fresh as a fuck.
That's why. Look up. This is who I was talking about. Courtney DeWalter, DAUWALTER. She's the girl that runs in basketball shorts.
Oh yeah.
And somebody was asking her about what the heck does she think about, or it was something along the lines of she people talk about going into the pain cave and how they deal with that. And this isn't a direct quote, but basically she said was, I don't care about my pain cave. I go into these races thinking about how deep I can dig my pain cave.
Damn. Dude, she's running basketball shorts from 2003. Arkansas.
Dude, she's rocking and one basketball shorts. She's doing crossovers in the middle of the field. Yeah, she's a savage.
Yeah.
I respect that. Like True. Have you ever heard of Truett Haynes? Cam Haynes' son. So I want to say he's like an ex-Army Ranger or something, but he runs marathons, like 3-hour marathons in jeans to troll the rest of the field.
That's crazy. That's great. That's awesome.
He's just like, yeah, cool. You guys all have like cool shoes and sponsored and like all this gear. Yeah, I do it in jeans and I smoke all of you.
The outliers, to me, like the most fascinating thing for sports aren't always the greatest. Like the greatest to me are obviously fascinating because they're the greatest, right? And their resilience, their work ethic, their habits, their rituals, their steadfastness. But the outliers, like this dude who runs in jeans, right? Courtney in basketball shorts, like that dude, Ride Out, who uses no science, just goes off pure effort and just crushes endurance events. Like these outliers in sports, they fascinate me because it's like they have this innate capacity, this crazy mental toughness that far surpasses so many people ever. Just the ability that they don't even truly, in my opinion, understand their own abilities yet to tap into greatness is crazy.
I think what's cool is like, I think for a long time you had like outliers that like maybe could, or like a lot of stars would have to align for them to win, but they were like doing something so outlandish that you were like, oh man, that person's really cool. They're kind of like a rebel within their sport.
Yeah.
But now you're starting to see those people actually be the like dominant forces. So not only are they the rebel, but they're like the one crushing.
Yeah.
That to me is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. These outliers are a rare breed, man. And it's fascinating when you see them, or one comes, they've always been there, but I think nowadays with technology and social media and recognition, it's easier to find
Totally
in different areas, right? And see what doing. It's like, geez, that's crazy.
Dude, now it's like these ultra marathons. I mean, kind of like what they were doing at the games with Black Ohm. Like now you can like track them in real time. And so like the gamification from the spectator now, you can like really, live leaderboards and all these things. I think that makes it even cooler.
But you can't live leaderboard the CrossFit Games. Go fucking figure. Fucking live leaderboard an event that has 10 watchers, not the CrossFit Games.
That's a story for another day.
Story for another day. All right. What do we got?
Today, so we were going to follow up from last week and kind of a continuation of either improving affiliate programming or, getting back to GPP style programming and, what that means, what that looks like. I thought we could just kind of talk about like, okay, you're either an affiliate, you're writing your own programming, some ideas of how you can improve the experience in your gym, or if you're one of these gyms just farming out programming to one of these big companies, some of the pitfalls behind that and some things to think about if you do want to do that.
Yeah. Well, both good ones.
Yeah. I figure they kind of bleed in with each other. I don't know. The GPP thing is something I've like really been pondering lately, looking at, where CrossFit is, what am I seeing? So like, dude, around me, right? I have all these new affiliates popping up, right? There's so many people moving to Idaho. Dude, like the brand, like massive new facilities, huge build outs, which is like great. Like I love to see, new gyms and all that stuff. Dude, like out of probably the 10 or 15 that are around me, 80% of them are running mayhem.
Are you serious? That's crazy.
Yeah. And
it's like a cookie cutter.
And I just don't understand it. Like, I don't understand it. Like, how does it honestly differentiate you? Like, I've done it.
Have you done mayhem affiliate programming?
Yeah.
How is it?
Dude, whatever. I'm going to be I'm biased no matter what. I think any template programming for an affiliate is a slap in the face to the members because you're not taking into account the members. I didn't think it was genuinely anything special. I don't think it takes into account any of the scientific principles that we talk about. At least, I did it for, probably 6-8 weeks. They were like testing 1RMs like back to back days.
Jesus.
Like with conditioning And,
Yeah.
whatever, like, if your gym is successful, like, who am I? I'm just giving my own personal opinion about it. And like, if your gym finds success with it and like your members like it and they can handle it, cool, like more power to you. But I would really encourage owners, head coaches to really look at your demographics and be like, does this program actually fit the goal of the majority of the gym? Or do you as the
So what if
owner
it
just
doesn't?
want to
What
do
should they
this
do?
program? Huh?
What if it doesn't? What should they do?
Again, I believe every affiliate should program for themselves, right? Going through the level one, not that the level one is a foolproof, it's definitely not a foolproof tool to learn program design, and especially how to program design well. But you as the owner, as the coach, understand the people in your gym better than anybody. And you
Right.
not programming for your gym, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's the thing that differentiates you. I think it's the thing that helps you connect to the members. It's the thing that allows you to pivot in a strategic way. You look at the calendar of your year, like events and things like that, like big events within the community. You can adjust programs to match what you have specifically going on inside of your gym. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird for me to see so many gyms just farming.
Do you think it's because they just don't want to do it, or they don't? They don't know how to do it, or do you think it's the fact that they might even reward out churn rate with coaches, and then if that coach leaves, they're going to lose members because of it?
I mean, unfortunately, that's just a natural part of this industry. Like it's always going to happen. Yeah, I think there's owners who just want to be owners, who want to build a gym, collect a check, and pay for their vacation. I think that's one. And I think there's people who just genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
They haven't put in the time educating. And I think, honestly, that's a real disservice. This is an industry that is ever evolving. There's always new science coming out. And if you are taking people's money to train them, to educate them, to help them pursue their performance goals, you should be on the forefront of educating yourself. And part of that is program design.
Right. And
So
it just what happens that Conquer has a coaching course that talks about program design, which is now CEU approved by NSCA and NASM.
this is true. This is very true.
Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you think about? Sorry,
No, go ahead.
when you think of GPP, what do you think about?
Having competency to perform, have a competency to operate efficiently in different modalities from a basic level.
Okay, so in that, so we have the big players, right? Like we have the big players in affiliate program. If you're inside a gym, you know who they are. Mayhem, Proven, WPO, Brute, right? Like all those players. Do you think we've gotten to a point where what was once, right? Like we have like compete tracks and minimal tracks and all of these things. Are they tailored too much to the sport, and have they gotten away from the root of GPP? Even like the affiliates should be building their year around the open, right? Like the open is the competitive peak, should be, I think, the competitive peak for most affiliates. That's going to be our sports specific phases of training, right? Or at least the couple blocks of training before that. And then everything else from that should really be around energy system, call it like durability, right? Like making sure we're getting touches and developing a really robust energy system. We're making sure they're strong. We're making sure they're durable. We're making sure they're resilient. They have ample opportunity to acquire new skills. And inside of that, I just see these programs and they're doing the same shit that they're doing later on in the year. Maybe they're pulling back a little bit, right? They're not doing full out metcons. Maybe they're doing some more interval style stuff. But I had a gym sent me an email. They were like, we're sending a 4-week, $97 to all former members or whatever. And they were like, we're pulling back from the competition season. And what we're going to do is we're going to run Mayhem, but instead of running Mayhem Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to run Mayhem Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, we're going to add in strength work, right? Which to me is the dumbest possible thing you could do, because at least like whatever Mayhem's thinking about, now you're completely overriding that. Like whatever fatigue management they may have had built into it, now you're completely overriding that. And you're like, hey, now we're just going to throw strength training inside of this thing. And I was like, man, that's a really interesting thing. So you don't even trust your programming enough that you pay for to develop these qualities, and you feel like you have to supplement these things. So what the fuck is the point of doing this program?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
But I'm seeing that more and more where they're like tied. I don't know if they feel tied or they've signed some sort of like year-long thing. Like I don't know any of the business side of it, but I'm just like, man, people are getting dealt such a disservice, or the people that program hop, and they're just, we're 16 weeks on this program, then we're 16 weeks on this program, and you lack any sort of long-term progression for people who arguably have careers, kids, all of these, like already stressed out. Like they've got, like getting to the gym for an hour is already a lot. And for those people, progression really matters.
Necessary.
Right? Like it's 100% necessary, because the bouncing around is the thing that tends to lead to overload of certain areas. Right? And when you're just boom, 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 boom. All right. Well, maybe you haven't developed the foundation to, sprint or, really express power or things like that. And that's the thing that just gets me really fired up about these template programs, is I feel like they're just so, people think they need variation, but they have bastardized ideas of what variation actually is.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I have a lot of varying views on this, and I've never seen a templated program from anybody. I don't look at them. So I've never seen what an affiliate program looks like from Mayhem. I've never seen what an affiliate program looks like from Proven or anybody that provides it. I've never bothered to look at it. I just think the reason I think this one is tough for me is because I try to come about it from two different angles. And the first, like my own personal insight, where to me, like I love programming and I love coaching. So like from that perspective, I never could even understand how you can give your programming to somebody else that has no understanding of your culture and the people inside there, right? And it's different where like I work with, I program for some gyms, and where it's different is it's not a template. Like we have a conversation every block, and they're like, hey, this is our community. This is what our community likes. This is what they want to get to. This is what they want to do. This is what we think is necessary for them. And I build out around that. And I give the program based around that. And to me, it's like these individuals, they love coaching. They just don't want to put the time in to write a program. They want to give it to somebody who they trust is going to write a program just for them. They don't want just some cookie cutter approach. And that's been working. That works really well. But even when in the early days, like I think I did .com for a little bit, and then I just stopped doing .com and started programming, because I'm like, this doesn't make sense for my people, my community, So, and then I look at it too, and I'm like, it's just like, I can't speak on what's being given because I've never seen it. So I'm trying to keep this from a completely contextual standpoint. So like, I just know every gym has its own culture, and every culture has its own avatar. And all these people have a certain thing that they need and how to progress. And if coaches don't understand the autonomy of how to program, or where the program is coming from or why it's there, then it becomes very challenging to give the people truly what they need, because we also have to teach people the autonomy of fitness, and we have to give them proper progressions to targeted responses. And I don't know, I just heard a lot of people talk, and then to me, I'm like, I think a lot of people just don't really understand the aspects of a program and how to write a good one. But then I think if I look at it from an outside lens, like I think some gyms, like they don't want to, the primary owner or person may not just have desire to write a program, right? Like there's some people who are phenomenal coaches who just don't want to be programmers. Like they don't want to put something together. And then I think there's that fear, not fear, but the concern of having someone do it who may not be ready to do it. Or if that person leaves, what's going to happen then? Because it's going to be a complete shift inside the culture, right?
I agree with you. I agree with you to a point. I don't think it necessarily has to be the owner. I do think it needs to be someone at the gym, but I think this also opens up another conversation of owner coach relationships. And are you actually taking care of your coaches? Like, right. Because especially CrossFit coaches, I don't know many that are getting paid anything. Right. So I think that's part of the conversation. And as the owner, why wouldn't you want to reinvest in your coaching staff and get someone up to par to do that?
Yeah. I mean, that's a conversation for each owner. I think there's a lot of debate around that. One, they might just not have the funds, or two, again, I think it goes back to investing money into somebody and then them leaving. And then you have to reinvest the same amount of money in somebody else to build them back up, right? I think that's a concern for some people as well, which I get. I mean, it's part of the game, so to say, right? Yeah, I mean, there's lots of interesting, layers to this one.
And to be fair, I'm not suggesting that there's like a clear-cut solution to any of this for people listening. Like, this is obviously muddy waters. These are just my opinions.
Yeah, I'm pro. Yeah, I think the more the gym does the programming for their community, the more power and control they have around growth and making proper pivots and changes. I think it's super muddy when you start trying to pull programming from outside and then adding in stuff or taking stuff away. That just adds so much interference that can create injury or just a lack of development. I think a lot of these programs, I don't know, I can't even say that, but I assume a lot of programs are way too competition driven, or, it's probably like the same program that's written for one person, then they tweak a few things and change a few things. And at that point, it's just a template that's being thrown around to a community that probably has no rights even doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of took some notes and I was like, I think if you're an owner, you need to identify the demographic that you want in your gym, right? So,
yeah,
I've seen gyms sort of evolve and, maybe start with an older demographic and they're like, man, it would be great to have some young blood in here. And if that's the case, maybe you lean towards one of these sort of like high speed, high volume sort of programs, right? Because it is going to weed people out. Like especially the older demographics, like they're just not going to be able to handle it. And some of them will hang around and you'll scale, but that's a whole different conversation of like scaling. And then I would encourage you to ask yourself, okay, well, like, what are the collective weak points inside of the gym, right? Are we strength deficient? Do we just not move well, right? Like, have we just not dedicated enough time to cool downs, warm ups, things like that? Like, do we not possess any high skill stuff, right? Like maybe we need to spend some time there and just like look at the gym and then ask yourself, like, poll the gym, like collectively, like what are your guys' biggest goals? Is it just moving well and feeling good? Is it performance? Is it, most of you, want to drop some pounds? Cause, you can adjust program design to account for those things.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you may lose some people in that, but even if you structure your year and give people little tastes of everything instead of just the same shit throughout the year, right? Like the same 20 movements, you may actually give people something a little bit different and it may actually help your retention, right? Like show people the depth that is physical expression and not just CrossFit.
Right.
Or like the sport of CrossFit.
Sure.
So,
I think that's all great.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are just kind of my thoughts of being a non-gym owner anymore and not having to deal with the drama of owning a gym.
I know. It's fascinating how so many people are on that affiliate programming in your area.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. I mean, I think some people are just fed up with, the entity as a whole and they just want something different. I genuinely think they get pretty good support on the coaches side. Like,
yeah,
and as an owner, you get like coaches notes, you get demos, some intent and things like that. So, that can be helpful in helping the coaches all speak all sorts of a universal language to the athletes. Right. I think that can be really helpful. And, maybe you struggle with that. If you're writing the program, it's just another thing you got to do, like coaches notes and all that other stuff. To me, it was always a pride thing. Like it was my gym, it was my program. It was going to succeed or it wasn't, but it was all on me, not on somebody else's.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, mine is probably more ego based. I'm like, nobody is going to put dudes better than me, so I'm going to do it. Yeah. Even coaches inside the gym. Some people asked, even then, I'm like, it would save me a lot of time. But I'm like, they're not gonna, whatever. It's my own ego talking.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, programming is playtime. Like that's honestly when you level up as a coach. Like when you start playing with programming, you start to learn a lot. What work, what doesn't. You really start to understand fatigue, movement pairings, time domains, total volume, things like that.
Yeah.
When you're really when you start to see the repercussions of what you put to paper in how people are feeling, that can be a really eye-opening experience for people as coaches, right? Like it's never been easier to access information, but the application of information is always the thing people are going to struggle with.
Right.
And there's only one way to do it. And it's trial by fire, or trial by fire with a mentor who can review some things and give you some feedback.
We happen to have that. Yep.
Yep. We do have that.
All right.
So,
well, that's going to conclude our show for today. Ryan, anything you want to hit them with in closing?
Buttholes and barbells. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We are in process of setting up cohort 6, which, if you do not know, is newly CEU approved through NASM, NSCA.
Right.
So,
and we are exceptionally professional on the goer. We're not going to talk about buttholes and other things.
Yeah, I mean, it's side tangents. It's foreplay before we get to the science stuff.
Right.
Is really what it is.
Yeah.
So if you're a coach interested in leveling up your game, or you need to capture some CEUs and want to do something a little bit different, or want to dip your toes into the mixed modality space, we are here to support you. So hit us up, shoot us a DM, send us an email, Ryan or Jason at conquerathlete.com, and we will get you sorted.
Love it. Guys, hope you enjoyed the show. See you on the next one.